End of the story. When you don't have any evidence, you cannot come up with a reasoning. When I show, actually, the problem was that, and it's an indication of where this society is leading to. People are not interested in reality. I provide a kind of free service. I compare two instruments of Yamaha, two recorders. This is a record, it's not by Yamaha, that have the same shape, the same mold, but different material, a different material. They are marketed, this Echo Deer. There's no bloody, there's not even one line by Yamaha when they say, okay, this is not only a different, are not only made of a different material, but the shape, the mold and the windway is different. Okay, I have both of them, and the windway is exactly the same. You don't believe me? The proof of the pudding is in the eating. I mix the two. So one is yellow, and this is a new material, and one is ABS. This is colored. There's a different finish. Sorry, it's a little bit awkward. I know I showed several times, but I don't want you to believe me just for the hell of it. Okay? Just a second. Sorry. It's difficult to have them. Okay. They are exactly the same. Okay? I'll show you. They are the same. Okay, one is more. Okay. Once we, I know it's a technical thing, but from few things in life you understand people and the society. These instruments are, for all intent and purpose, made from the same mold. Okay? Okay. Made. Okay. The only difference is the material. So I try to provide a service. Okay, I have both. I'll let people here. They came, these people, out of nowhere, out of the blue. This is the same person that in another group posted spam, and I make people aware of this. No, but he can do that because it's important. It's important. It's important. For Christ's sake. Okay, he came up, since I make people notice this, he had a a bone to pick with me. So I don't know when he got this information. He got wind of wood of wind wave, so to speak, and this funny type that is the recorder word. I never seen a bloody video of him playing the recorder. I searched through the web. Then there came another David Dye, which I must admit, there are videos where he played the recorder, is classically trained. I have nothing to say. He knows how to play the recorder, but as most of recorded players, has bad taste when it comes to jazz. They play some people want to the recorder to be in jazz, and they compose things, and the player is supposed to play in a way that is jazz, but they never play jazz. So, and he said that I said, but this is bad. I mean, it's mediocre. It's not bad. It's mediocre. Well, tell the composer, for Christ's sake. No, I don't tell the composer. First of all, because it's very difficult. I try to play Baroque music. I know I'm influenced by my original accent, which is jazz. Like now, I'm influenced, I think, by the fact that I live in Italy and I speak Italian as well. But the point is, jazz involves improvisation. To be able to improvise off the top of your head, it takes years, if not decades, to be able to improvise in a believable way. And surely you need to know the instrument and the recorder, but if you see a lot of videos, they are appreciated by jazz audience are by people who know better jazz than a recorder. It means that obviously if you know both, it's exceptional, but we can make amends for lack of virtuosity, not for lack of swing or lack of interesting improvisation. So if you choose a repertoire, don't tell me call it. If I have a gig and as I said before, I pick up weird songs that don't make sense with each other. They are mismatched, and I play a kind of music that is not my cup of tea. I cannot answer. Oh, I bet it's not my fault. Blame the composer. No, I blame you. You chose the I don't know the right word. The songs. That's a very idiotic answer he gave to me, and I asked him several times, why do you agree with Eric Haas? Because you put an angry face. You know, these people don't have anything to say, so they mislead other buyers, telling that these instruments are different by something other than material. No, they are not. And if they bust my nuts again, I can get in touch with Yamaha and tell me, is there any difference? They will tell me, no, there's no difference. It's saying, you know that you make an instrument, you make a mold. You don't change a mold of an instrument for something that my eyes. No, there's no difference. I try to find a difference. There's no difference. They are exactly the same. Listen. Oh, better said. Watch. Look. It's what I said today. They are perfectly interchangeable. So why would you change the windway? No, it's exactly the same. No branch make minor adjustments that eyes cannot catch. This is the same. And I find very ludicrous that they don't face reality. You can be the shit, whatever, whoever, but if you behave like that, and you know what they did? They deleted my video. That's admitting we have nothing to say, because he was right. He would have said, listen to me, I found this link to Yamaha, I'll send you. And you know what the funny thing, the only link that I found that they speak, because Yamaha doesn't says that this is the model, change the name of the model, you know, but they take for granted the people have eyes and can know model. Okay, this is another model. You can tell by the shape if this is alto, but the shape here is different. The wind way is different. We call the beak is different. So he could not. I asked him several times, where did you get this info? I know it was wrong because I have my instruments in my hands, and I say, I have them in my hands. Do you have them? No. Why? Because those people don't have plastic recorders, don't give a shit about plastic recorders, you know. They are considered windbags. No wonder, you know, there are people who make people. I always follow Sarah Jeffrey, who is a very down-to-earth person. He make people. He plays whatever recorder she finds. She gives her opinion. A normal person. But these people behave like this. They deny reality, come up with a far-fetched theory about wind wave being different. It's not the thing in itself. It's the fact that when you are faced with reality and you're cornered, if you're a mature adult person, you say, okay, I was wrong. You don't call your friends and cancel, delete my video. That's a loser's attitude, a really loser attitude, a losing attitude. Because at the end of the day, I have my channel, people can hear, people really saw this. That's it. End of the story. Game over. Period. Eric Haas was wrong. You don't say, I heard from a friend of mine who heard from another friend of mine over her ankle. Christ's sake. He heard something. He didn't check it. And he was sure in his mind. And then when somebody told him, no, you're wrong, he couldn't be adult enough to say, yes, what's the problem? Maybe you have a wrong memory, but I have them in my hands, for Christ's sake. What is that? That's very American. Two American quarrel. I lived in America, that's why I also speak English with a kind of mixed accent. There are thick thieves among them. A foreigner has a different opinion. The foreigner is right. I don't give a shit. He's against my fellow citizen. I side with him. Why? Because he's American, like me. That happens a lot. I know. Is everybody like this? No. Is it a tendency? Something that happens oftentimes? Yes. I remember many times That's why it's not the most loved people in the world. Bullies from middle simple things to big things. Okay? The funny thing that is, he has a shop, a store. He has more to lose than me. I can say whatever I say. I don't have a store. I'm not a famous recorder, publisher, or whatever, composer. But I'm able to see the difference or the lack of difference between two instruments. Why do you on very simple things? No, because there's one problem. Their ego. When I showed this David Dye, D-Y-E, I think, another person who is really good, certain Tali Rubinstein, which is really a jazz recorder player. But I said, this is good. You're a mediocre jazz recorder. But I don't play jazz. You play something was written in a jazz style. You're playing jazz. A real jazz player would be able to improvise. I find writing jazz solos is stupid. I find that happens a lot in the recorded world. And I think that it's a big problem when people who only play ancient music approach music that is not theirs. I think you can play both, yes, if you have enough time to practice your early music and modern music. I prefer. Sarah Jeffrey said, I cannot play jazz. I never seen her play jazz, and I prefer like this. Why? Because she's good at what she does, and she wouldn't play something that is not her cup of tea. But you cannot say you play something, I don't like it, speak to the composer. That's stupid. First of all, you chose that, you played that. Imagine if you have the same in classical music. I watch. I mean, there's a lot of classical music, I guess, that is shit. What happens? People don't play it. I'm sure that many composers, not famous, obviously, composed crap. Not everybody who composed music is. That's why there are famous composers and no famous composers. And you choose the worst songs, the worst music, and you say, well, it's like I invite a friend and say, well, let's watch a DVD or something, and I choose some trash movie, and my friend says, what's that? Well, call the director. No, I don't call the director, I speak to you. What crap is that? But I never claimed to be a cinephile. What is cinephile? Lover of... Yeah, but you're not an expert. But you choose that. You choose that. You know, at the end of the day, I have fun. I have fun destroying what they say and their images. Because really, it's picnic. Really. You came up with something. You have no evidence. I have evidence. I have actually the things in my hand. I say, just for the hell of it, where did you get this information? Disappeared into thin air. Then a friend of him, or his, put, this emoticon like his was mad. It was mad. I asked several times. Anyway, what's your problem with me and Eric Haas? He never answered. You know why? Because he couldn't come up with anything then. You know what? I can't stand you because you spoke ill of my friend. Yes. And I spoke, I bad-mouthed, so to speak. I real-mouthed, if I can coin a phrase. I told the truth even about him. I never said he wasn't a good recorder player. Mediocre. Okay, from what point of view? Internationally, yes. Considering amateurish people, no, he was very good for what we see around. But if I heard very good recorder players, and I can tell the difference between someone who's academic, and something who plays with, I don't know if you say academic. Okay, anyway, one who plays with soul and one who doesn't. Okay? There is someone in France has a pigtail, I forgot his name, who is phenomenal. He plays traverso and plays the recorder. He is extremely good because it's not only he plays the notes. I'm trying to play the notes now. I play Baroque music. That's only the start. When you really don't have to think about fingers, because you have down, every down. Okay. If you are thinking about your technique, you cannot think about your interpretation, because if you're thinking about your fingers, you are to be focused on. You don't have enough software in your brain to play in a musical way. And I can tell the difference. That's why the recorder players that play every note. Some of them give you emotions, some don't. Okay? Another thing, I play, and you see the way I play, because I play 20 minutes back to back with my image. I never trust people, and he was one of them. Say he was live. Okay, you can say whatever you want. Nobody records a live show, exhibition, whatever, a concert, without pictures, without images. So, second thing, if you go into a studio, we never know how it has been edited. We never, with the right editing, with the right tips, I'm sure I can record something that sounds professional. But I'm not professional. When you see my videos, you see how I play. I have my backing tracks, and I play. Yeah, sometimes I played 5-6 times. I choose the best take, but it's no big difference. And I never edit, and I'm able to play 30 minutes without editing, and you can see the way I really play or really improvise, and people seem to like it because I'm a real person. Having said that, I don't need to be friends with other people. I just need to practice more. That's it. I don't have a shop where I sell recorders, and I surely, if I had a shop where I sell recorders, I would be very careful before I say something. And if I said something so blatantly wrong, I would say sorry, I made a mistake. No problem. That's it. Goodbye.